Hello everyone, and welcome back to another One Punch Man Season 2 review. Going to be reviewing episode 3 of this anime season, and my god, I think this makes up for the first 2 episodes of this season. Let's get into it. But before we begin, I want to be clear that this is not the full episode. I'm just reviewing the episode. I don't know what happened. My last review just completely blew up. It went viral for no reason whatsoever, other than people thought that for some reason it was the full episode. Who in their right mind would upload the full episode on YouTube? Like, who would do that to get copyright strikes? You know how easily you can get a copyright strike from that? I have 2 copyright strikes just for reviewing Boruto manga chapters, let alone if I uploaded an entire episode of One Punch Man onto my channel. My channel would be destroyed. So, just to clarify, if you want to watch the full episode, go to Hulu. They're the ones streaming it. I believe that Crunchyroll also has One Punch Man, but those are both completely valid places to watch it, so go there. Don't try to watch it on YouTube. Why would you watch it on YouTube? You know how bad quality that would be? Just go somewhere legal. Make sure that you're doing the right thing. Don't come to me for a full episode because you're not going to get it. I'm thinking about doing reactions in the future, but I'm not going to be showing entire episodes of anime. I'm sorry. With that being said, now let's get into the episode. So it starts off with a student of Silver Fang's getting beat the crap out of by Silver Fang. We don't know why at first, but it's interesting to see him, Silver Fang, act this way, especially towards one of his own students. I don't remember the student's name. It was really weird, like Chimpanka or something. I don't even freaking know. But he gets beat up, and he seeks the aid of Saitama and Genos, because he knows Saitama and Genos because apparently they've met before. If you don't know, there is a OVA of Saitama and Genos meeting Silver Fang at his dojo to learn some martial arts or whatever. But if you hadn't seen that, that's probably wouldn't make much sense because they did meet. It's just even Saitama, I don't think, remembers this guy. But he asked them like why they would think Silver Fang would do that to him, because that's very unlike Silver Fang. Silver Fang's a very kind and gentle guy. He's not the kind of person that was going to beat up one of his students for no reason. However, Genos kind of explains that there must be a deeper reason behind Silver Fang doing that, which means Silver Fang is after Garou, who's after heroes or whatever he's doing. He's attacking people. And Genos thinks that maybe Silver Fang doesn't want his students to get involved in that, to get hurt by Garou. So the student realizes, like, I must be holding my master back, basically. Like, I'm just something that gets in his way if he has to fight. So in that respect, it does make sense, although he could have just told him that. Silver Fang didn't have to beat his student up to do this. We cut to Garou, who's just traveling around. The student is going through the forest, which is like really dark forest. Like, you would think a monster would attack this guy, but he's sulking, he's walking by when he hears Garou approach Moomin Rider. Now, automatically, my mouth dropped. I was like, oh shoot. This is the worst person for Moomin Rider to run into. Poor Moomin Rider. He's like the most heroic of heroes, yet he always comes across people that are infinitely more powerful than him. And it's like, god dang, he's gonna get the crap beat out of him. However, before he gets beat up by Garou, the tank top group of heroes shows up to avenge their friend from the last episode who got beat up by Garou. So all the tank tops are there, which there's some weird looking ones. There's one that had like a mask on or something. I don't even freaking know. But they all show up. They all want to fight Garou. And Garou's like, I'm going to kill all of you. So you best just stay out of this. Or, well, actually, he's like, I think he's like, too late. You guys are dead for showing up. But then the tank top master shows up. He's an S-class, I think 16th place or something. He shows up to fight. And it's actually pretty good fight. Like, I was actually surprised the episode just goes right into an amazing fight right off the bat. It really felt refreshing compared to the first 2 episodes. It felt kind of bland to me. this episode definitely felt a lot more interesting. So as Tank Top Master and Garou are fighting, Silver Fang meets up with his brother, which looks just as ancient and wise as Silver Fang does. And these two are gonna hunt down Garou and defeat him. Now, I don't know how powerful the brother is. I know Silver Fang is a force to be reckoned with, but if he needs the help of his brother, then it's something serious. It switches back to Tank Top and Garou, who Tank Top feels he needs to defeat Garou. Not just defeat Garou, but kill this man, because he feels this monstrous, evil coming from the guy. And he's like, I gotta defeat this guy right now. No questions asked. And he goes in for the kill, pretty much. When Moomin Rider interrupts the fight, and he gets hit by Tank Top's attack. Smacked right in the face. And Moomin Rider basically says, you're a hero. What are you doing? You shouldn't be attacking humans. You're supposed to be fighting against monsters, not other people. That's not heroic whatsoever. But he doesn't know Garou sees himself as a monster, so he needs to be taken down as one. But Moomin Rider's just, he doesn't understand the problem that is right in front of them. So Tank Top says to Garou, okay, if you just walk away, I'm not going to attack you. I'll let you go if you promise never to do anything bad again, blah, blah, blah. Garou's like, all right, I'm out. Thank you so much. I'm out of here. And it's like, no, just kidding. And he says, just kidding, as if I do that. The instant he says that, Tank Top is already on top of this guy. Fist coming right at Garou's face. I mean, the animation right here in this moment gets incredible. I have to commend the new animation studio, because even though they may not be doing as good as Madhouse, at least they're trying. I've never seen another animation studio try so hard to emulate amazing animation before in my life. Normally when they switch a studio, usually the animation goes down drastically, and that's it. There's no coming back. But at least this studio, it seems to be that they're trying their hardest with what they can do. It's not Madhouse level, but it's impressive. I'll take this animation over crap animation, at least. I mean, still frames are not that great in this studio, but when they get serious to do a really cool action sequence, just like this one, it gets amazing. I was super into it. So I gotta commend them on that. This fight's incredible. I loved it so much. And then Tank Top gets smashed, his face smashed into a wall. I mean, he gets obliterated by Garou. Garou starts using the martial arts that Silver Fang taught him, and it's just, he basically gets Ultra Instinct at this point. Tank Top can't do anything to him. So Tank Top is pretty much out for the count. He's pretty much done at this point. He can't get up, he can't do anything. Moomin Rider steps in with his Justice Crash or whatever, and he gets his face smashed into the ground. And Garou just takes his head and is just continuously bashing Moomin Rider's face into the cement. And you see the blood just smash, and the sounds are disgusting. I literally thought Moomin Rider was gonna die here. I thought Moomin Rider's dead. Any human that's getting their head just smashed into the ground to the point where there's blood splattering everywhere, he has to be just on the verge of death. So I literally felt fear for Moomin Rider at this point. The Tank Top Master tries again to defeat Garou, gets smacked across the face, and passes out. Tank Top Master is defeated. So the student of Silver Fang was watching this whole incident play out, and he felt like he needed to show that he was capable of fighting Garou, because he remembered that his master took him out of this because he felt like he was getting in the way. So he goes into an attack, and he's all roaring to go, and he just gets smacked, and we don't even see it. We just know that he's completely defeated. There's no way he could have done anything against Garou at this point. It cuts to the next day, where we see Silver Fang and his brother basically scouting the area where everybody got defeated. And it looks like everyone's dead. Now, we find out later that at least Tank Top Master and Moomin Rider are alive. So I'm assuming that everybody else is alive too, but does Garou not kill people? Has he killed anyone yet? Because it seems like everyone he comes across, he just beats the crap out of until they pass out. But I haven't really seen him literally murder somebody because everybody's always fine after he fights them. So when he says he's gonna kill somebody, is he just talking crap? Or are they just lucky that they survive? Silver Fang sees his fallen student, and I can imagine how sad he feels because he tried his best. He beat his student up to keep him out of this mess, and his student still ended up getting demolished by Garou in the end. So I guess he should have taught him better. So we cut to the hospital where we see this funny... There's a funny thing that they do here with Saitama where he's giving everybody a banana. It's the weirdest thing. It's like bananas are the cure to life. He's like, here, Moomin Rider, you want a banana? Here's a banana. And he eats a banana himself. He gives Tank Top Master a banana. He gives the student of Silver Fang a banana. He gives everyone a banana. Bananas for everyone. But he talks to Moomin Rider and Tank Top Master about what they encountered. And Saitama's like, okay, well, was Garou as powerful as... How does he compare to the Fish King monster? And Moomin Rider's like, well, that guy was insane, but something's different with Garou. It's just different. He doesn't know how to explain it. But he is more menacing or something, and Saitama's like, ooh. Like, you see a little smile on Saitama, like, oh, he might actually have a contender for a fight. Tank Top Master says that it has to do with martial arts, that Garou was using a martial arts form that was able to block all the attacks and hit him just right and make it where he couldn't walk, he couldn't move, he couldn't do anything. So Saitama's interested, like, oh, like martial arts is mixed in. Saitama doesn't have any martial arts, it's just straight punching. There's no martial arts to it whatsoever. So for him, it kind of piques his interest a little bit. We cut to Garou, who is hanging out with this random kid on a bench. He just sees this kid reading this book, and he's like, hey kid, what are you doing? What's that book? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you actually see Garou has a niceness to him. He doesn't seem like he is strictly, like he hates people, he wants to kill everyone. He's only attacking heroes, but it seems like this little kid, he has no issues with. He just shows up. And even though you think, like, oh god, is he gonna punch the daylights out of this kid too? He's actually really kind to this kid. He's really calm. Just normal. It was really weird how he treats this kid compared to how he's been treating the heroes. So he, like, really, really hates heroes. So the kid is reading a book called The Hero Guide, and it has, like, information on all the heroes and, like, tips about their moves and where they like to hang out at. And Garou reads some of it, and he's like, wow, this is interesting stuff. Like, I would really love to have this book. And the kid's like, no, I want it because I love heroes, blah, blah, blah. And Garou sees that there's villains in the book. He's like, oh, sweet villains. Don't they look so cool? I think they look way cooler than heroes do. So you can see Garou has, like, a fascination or a love for monsters. That's why he considers himself to be a monster. It's interesting because he's the only person that's, like, loves monsters so much, but is not really a monster. We've seen monsters like the Crab Man and the Lizard Man and everybody who just transforms their body into some freak of nature. But Garou is just a straight up monster of a martial artist, but he's still human. So Saitama keeps giving bananas to everybody. It cuts back to him giving the banana to the student of Silver Fang. And he talks to the student about Garou and how everything he went through, and he's talking about the martial arts to Saitama, and that's what Garou's using. And Saitama wants to know more about martial arts, so the student is like, well, I have this ticket to a martial arts tournament that I was going to enter, but now I'm not going to be able to. So you can use the ticket to enter and just watch, and get and study the martial arts that are going on. And Saitama, you can already tell he's thinking to enter in the place of this guy because there's prize money involved. And the guy's like, you can't, enter as me. That's illegal. You can't do that. But Saitama's not even listening. They had this weird, stare type of thing where you hear, this weird, this weird sound. I wonder how they're gonna do it in the dub. Like, I'm really excited to hear what they do about that with the dub, because it was really weird with the Japanese. We cut back to Garou approaching Golden Ball, who's just minding his own business, drinking a few drinks at a bar, nothing going wrong. Garou interrupts, cuts this guy's glass in half, and it's like, fight time to fight. So they walk into an alley where the fight begins. Now, the sound effects that they use for the Golden Ball's like bullets was really cool. You could hear like the whooshing sound, like it was spinning in the air, and then it had like a slow motion sound to it. Really cool stuff. Garou managed to dodge it pretty easily. So Golden Ball ricochets one off a wall and manages to pierce Garou's leg. So you're like, okay, he actually got a hit on Garou there. So he tries that again, but with like multiple ricocheted bullets. But Garou gets his Ultra Instinct on and just starts dodging them like they're nothing. Blocks all of them. And it's like, how are you going to hit this guy now? I think Golden Ball used all his bullets after that. But then Spring Mustachio steps in. The guy with the mustache and the sword that like bends into a spiral. He steps in, tries to fight Garou, and gets obliterated instantly. Like, he uses a special move where the sword stretches, and it pierces through Garou's hand. He stops it with his own hand, Naruto style, against Kabuto, if you remember that scene, and just knocks the lights out of Spring Mustachio. You don't see what he does to Golden Ball, but I'm assuming he beats the crap out of that guy too. So we see people getting beat up by Garou throughout this episode. Like, we see random heroes get beat up by him. This weird, pervy, fat guy who's talking with his two ladies, he gets beat up by Garou. Garou's just going around beating people up. It's kind of like he's playing Grand Theft Auto and he's the player going around just beating up random civilians for absolutely no reason at all. That's what it feels like. He's just beating up everybody that gets in his way, pretty much. Anything that has to do with heroes, he beats them up. Until he runs into Saitama. What luck is that to run into Saitama of all the people he could have ran into? He runs into him and he mistakes Saitama talking to him. So Saitama is like, oh, I found you, but he was talking to like the merchandise that's behind Garou, like in the window. Garou thinks it's him he's talking about. He's like, oh, it must be some low-level hero trying to capture me. He attacks Saitama, who just takes this huge attack, by the way. Like, you see the ground completely rupture underneath Saitama. And Saitama just stands there like, what the hell? What are you doing? Are you trying to rob me? Like, what is this? It didn't faze him at all. Garou starts to sweat upward. You know you're terrified out of your mind when your sweat is going up. I've never seen anyone sweat upwards in an anime, but my god, this guy was like, oh shoot, what the hell is this? And Saitama smacks him, like this does a karate chop on his shoulder, and knocks Garou out in one hit. It's beautiful. It's uplifting. It's everything you could want. I don't think I could ever get tired of Saitama just one-hitting people and like one-punching them, one-smacking them, whatever. It's just a beautiful thing. I just could watch that all the time and never get tired of it. So that's where the episode ends. There's an after-credits scene where Saitama's trying on a wig that he bought to try and pretend that he's the student of Silver Fang to enter that martial arts tournament. Genos sees him, and there's a little funny thing about him like getting implants for Saitama, but it's dumb. It's like, why was that there? The relationship is so weird. But Saitama tells Genos he entered the martial arts tournament and hopes to see him there, I think, or something, like for him to join him or watch him or something. I don't know, but that's where the episode ends. What a great episode this was. This episode, for me, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Just on the action, the animation, the music, I felt like in this season hasn't been that great compared to season 1. No one really talks about the music that much, but I feel like the music in this season hasn't been as grand as season 1's. But for some reason in this episode, everything fit perfectly. So I'm definitely giving it a 10 out of 10. I didn't really see that many issues with the animation. Honestly, the animation was brilliant in this episode compared to the first two. There were some good moments in the first two, but this one just took it to the next level. So I'm so glad that they're trying as hard as they are to make it good for the fans. Like, at least they're trying. I'm gonna give them that. So a 10 out of 10 for this episode. So what do you guys think? What rating would you give this episode? Do you agree with the things I had to say, or what were your favorite parts of the episode? Let me know all down in the comments, and I'll take a look. I usually reply to most people. Since I'm a small channel, I can kind of do that. If I got bigger, then it'd be difficult. But right now, I can pretty much reply to everybody. So please give it a comment down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my other content, my gameplay videos, my other reviews. Got lots of stuff all the time coming out every week. So check all that out and have yourselves a great one.